A quick and easy way to incorporate coding into any classroom is to use coding to represent routines and instructions in the classroom. Since coding is basically a set of instructions anyways, the parallels are pretty easy to make, and you can provide students an opportunity to get used to the structure of coding, experience the vocabulary of coding, and encourage them to ask questions and explore coding, all without having to actually teach coding in your classroom. So here's an example. I'm using the platform Scratch and it's block-based coding, and I'm going to try to represent some classroom instructions. So here's a first example where classroom students would begin a class assignment by going to Google Classroom, finding an article to summarize, writing 2 quiz questions about the article, and then finding someone else who is done to answer each other's questions. So we're going to try to represent this set of instructions through Scratch's block-based coding. Okay, so we want something that triggers the event, so we can just say when green flag is clicked, which would represent like the bell ringing and class starting. We could even say when I receive the first bell. So this is letting students know that the instructions have begun. So once they begin, we need to send students to Google Classroom. So let's look in our motion category, and we can drag out this go to. We have this round block. It says random position, but we can actually change that. We can create a variable and call it Google Classroom. I already have one created here. So I'm going to drag that out and pop that in there. So now we have when I receive the first bell, go to Google Classroom. Okay, and also contained within that first instruction is to read the article posted on Google Classroom. So we could kind of explore some blocks to see if we can find one that best represents the idea of finding the article to read. I think I'm just going to grab another go-to block and create another variable and say article. And I'm going to drag that little article bubble out and put it right there. When I receive the first bell, go to Google Classroom, go to article. And we have these blocks that work with the variables. So I'm actually going to grab this set block and set article to red. So we've completed this first instruction. When I receive the first bell, go to Google Classroom, go to article, set article to red. We need to summarize the article in one sentence. We could do another set, and we could say set article to summarized in one sentence. And then write 2 quiz questions about the article. We could use a think block. About 2 quiz questions to ask based on the article. And then last, if you have completed your summary and quiz questions, find someone else who is done and answer each other's questions. So we can actually use a control block to find an if-then statement. If blank, then blank. So if we have completed the summary and quiz questions. So we can actually use an equals block here. And maybe we do an and block. And we could go back into our variables and say maybe summary is one of them, and quiz questions is another one. And so this bubble won't actually fit into these ones, so we are actually going to need to kind of double this up. Let me duplicate this block real quick. That there, and that there. Put those back in since we have two conditions that we're trying to check for. The first is that the summary is complete, and the second is that the quiz questions are complete. If those conditions are met, then we need to find someone else who is done and answer each other's questions. So we can use another goTo block, and we'll create one more variable. And we'll drag that out there. Go to student who has also completed work and answer each other's questions. Okay, so I'm going to use this ask block. We'll go back to our variables, answer or ask quiz questions and wait. We also have an answer block in here. And we can actually grab another control block. We'll do repeat until. I'll grab another equals block. Repeat until answer equals. Oh, and I'm actually going to need to pop this into the middle here. So repeat until answer equals correct, ask quiz questions, and wait. So this is an example of a visual representation of these classroom instructions. Now, this code obviously wouldn't actually work in this program, but it's something that students can read and challenge themselves to think critically about to make sense of as a set of instructions.